Lonnie Mack, the master of the whammy bar. That's so killer, man. That guy should have been as big as Elvis. Maybe not, but he should have been big. Check it out, though. I'm playing this because I'm doing my top 10 for 1965. And I was actually hoping that this album was released in 65, but I think it's like a 63 or 64. But that's Lonnie Mack, a killer guitar player. And look at, back in 63 or 64, he was rocking the Flying V. I mean, listen to those guitars. Listen to that guitar. Listen to that. It's fantastic. Got a little surf vibe, a little like Chuck Berry kind of vibe to it. Listen to that. So killer. One of my favorite pickups on the Fraternity label. What is it? The Wham of that Memphis Man. Love it. So that's what we're opening with today. So anyway, Vinyl Richie did a top 10 for, like, I think he started with 65 and he's made it up so far to like 67. I actually did this kind of backwards. I did a video for 66. And then I went back because I forgot that he had done one for 65. So I'm doing a little backtracking, but you'll figure it out when the videos come out. Why am I explaining this to you? You guys are smart. You're smarter than Cosmic Brian, that's for damn sure. So anyway, I'm doing Vinyl Richie is doing this great series on like mid-60s to however far he decides to go. These top 10 albums of each of those years, and it's been friggin' superb. So go over and check out Vinyl Richie's channel. I mean, everybody knows who Vinyl Richie is. He is the savior, and in my book, the leader of the vinyl community. So yeah, great stuff. So I'm gonna just jump right in, or am I? We got to do a little beer thing, right? And yeah, I'm kind of wimping out here. Blah, blah, blah. That's weak, but I'm on this keto thing, this low carb thing. And yeah, if I'm gonna drink beer, it has to be ultra light or Miller Lite. So I'm just trying to change it up a little bit. But anyway, a big chug for the vinyl community, BC and the VC, right? So hoist it up. Smoke it up, and let's get this thing started. Here we go. Boom!
A big chug.
Oh, yes, my good friend, of course.
Oh, that's so cold. My brain is freezing. All right, here we go. I got some honorable mentions to start with. 1965. This is Look at Us by Sonny and Cher, right? Has their big hit, I Got You, Babe. Now this is, look at this. It was bought in a Holiday gas station for $2.79. Still in the shrink. That's the Holiday gas station hype sticker there. I kept this. This is part of my mom and dad did not have a lot of records. In fact, I grew up in a house where there was not a lot of musical influences. My folks were not into music big time. That's why I think I'm like so into music now and trying to, absorb so many different kinds of music, because I was a little deprived a bit as a kid, so I had to find my own way. But this is the album that they had in their collection, and I saved it, and I've had it all these years. And these are probably all like members of like the Wrecking Crew or something that played on this. Who knows? I don't know. But yeah, this is a honorable mention. Just a pretty cool record on the Atco label there. That's the first honorable mention there. And then this one actually had made it into the top 10 at one point, and then I had to take it down because I had to bump it. But that's the Five Faces of Manfred Mann. This is a great record, man. I wish if I would have done a top 15 or a top 20, it definitely would have been in there. Look at this. This guy right here has got this kind of crazy Abe Lincoln beard right there. I love it. But this has some great songs on it. Sha La La was the hit off of this. Watermelon Man, Hubble Bubble. I love this. This is a great record. This cover's seen better days, and some jackwad signed it. And apparently it was bought at some sale for $1. But yeah, this is a great record. Here's the label there. But yeah, Manfred Mann, the Five Faces of Manfred Mann. And then my final honorable mention, and this only is an honorable mention because I didn't want to duplicate or show multiples of the same band. Otherwise, this would be in the top 10 as well. And that's the Kinks' Kinkdom. Wow. The Kinks came out with like 3 albums in '65, and any one of them could have made my top 10 easily. There's the back cover there. And there's some of the other albums that were released as well in the same year. And let's see what that label looks like. Oh, it's the Reprise label there, with the one that looks like the Neapolitan ice cream is what I always say it looks like. But yeah, this has a Well-Respected Man, which is a really amazing tune. See My Friends, Who'll Be the Next in Line, Such a Shame. Just a great record by the Kinks. Now we're jumping right in to the top 10. My number 10, I really love this record, so I wanted to include it, and that's the Shangrilas, Leader of the Pack, on the Red Bird. I think it's this is definitely a reissue, but now these gals were fantastic. You know, they had the whole thing where, you know, they talk to each other like, where'd you meet him? You know, they had a lot of that going on in their songs, which I love, that like dialogue they had amongst each other in each song. And they, you know, they had some of those like teen tragedy type songs. But it's fun. It's great stuff. And these gals were troublemakers too, man. I think some of them got into a little law trouble. Some maybe got involved in drugs. These gals here were twins, I believe. And then this hottie right here is, I think maybe the singer, one of the lead. But just some great stuff, man. Great songwriting too. So the Shangri-Las. And then my number 9 is the Lovin' Spoonful. Do You Believe in Magic? Look at those guys. They just look like they're having a blast. There's John Sebastian, the guy that wrote and performed the song for Welcome Back, Kotter. Remember that? If you're old enough to remember that, you're old. Welcome Back, Kotter, the sitcom. But just a great album. You know, it might look real poppy, and they do have their share of pop songs, but it's got a lot of blues elements to it too. It's just fantastic. I love it. And my 5th grade teacher, Mr. Harbaugh, he loved the Lovin' Spoonful, and he would go around like singing the songs when we was like in the classroom. It was funny. Guess you had to be there. It was 5th grade, so I doubt if you would be. And then my number 8 is Sam Sham and the Pharaohs, Wooly Bully. Some early like garage stuff. I just love this, and I love kind of the whole shtick. I mean, I'm a sucker for a good shtick. I mean, look at me, for Christ's sake. Look at that. Crawling out of the back of an old hearse there. That's just so great. Hey, this kind of reminds me of Gerald Cassell's album, Jihad Jerry and the Evildoers. Wonder if he was influenced by Sam Sham. But anyway, this is great. Just good garage stuff. Some great guitar on this. The Memphis Beat has some great guitar work on it. Wooly Bully, obviously. Haunted House. Shotgun. Gangster of Love. This is a fantastic album. You can get these relatively cheap. This one and Little Red Riding Hood. But that's my number 8. My number 7, which was an honorable mention, then I played it back again, and I said, this has got to go in, and that's the Turtles, It Ain't Me, Babe. Now, this is before, Happy Together and those, like, really poppy tunes. Of course, you still get some of the vocal harmonies here, but this is much edgier than the stuff that they would evolve to. And they even look badass there. I love it, hanging out under the pier there or wherever they're at. But yeah, this is great. It's got the song Wanderin', which is the opening track, is just a great garagey type tune. It was a very good year. It's just kind of this haunting kind of tune. Yeah, this is Eve of Destruction. This is a great album. Again, something you can probably pick up relatively cheap. The Turtles, It Ain't Me, Babe, is my number 7. And now I've shown this one multiple times in the past, but this is my number 6, The Game of Love by Wayne Fontana and the Mindbenders. I love the Fontana label here too. I gotta show it. It's nothing fancy, but I just love that label for some reason. And words and a picture of the band on the back here. But yeah, just check these guys out. Looking good. Of course, The Game of Love is one of my favorite songs from '65. And they got this other song called Cops and Robbers. And it talks about this guy, he's got I think it's like robbing a liquor store. And the cop is like, I got a stopper in my hand. It's kind of bluesy, really cool. Of course, Wayne left the band and the Mindbenders went on to do their own thing, which is some good stuff too, so pick that up. Number 5, now we're getting into the big time bands. This is the Byrds, Turn, Turn, Turn. Now, I could have easily showed Mr. Tambourine Man, but I wanted to try and show, I didn't want to duplicate the same stuff that Vinyl Richie showed, so I went with Turn, Turn, Turn. And again, these guys covered Dylan almost better than Dylan, right? They cover, I gotta be able to see here, The Times They Are Changing. I think there's a couple other songs on here as well. My phone, my screensaver on my phone actually has a picture from this same photo shoot with him wearing his cape there and the guy with the cool ass like octagon sunglasses there. But yeah, great harmonies, absolutely great pop songs. I'd say like maybe light psychedelia, but yeah, the Byrds, Turn, Turn, Turn. What a amazing classic song. Going on to number 4. So now the Kinks do make the top 10 with Kink Size. And the reason I bumped the other Kinks for this one was because of the song All Day and All of the Night. I just love it. And of course, Tired of Waiting for You is on here. It's great. They released like 3 albums in '65. The Kinks, I feel like, were underappreciated due to the popularity of like the Stones and the Beatles and the Who. I just feel like the Kinks are right up there. They're definitely just as good as those bands and had some great output, just like those other groups did. And we got silence here, so I'm going to pop that on again. And then, so now we're getting into the top 3 here. Now, I did duplicate in the top 3. I put the Stones in here twice. They came out with 3 albums. Vinyl Richie showed Rolling Stones Now. I'm showing December's Children, and it says, and Everybody's, the Rolling Stones. This has classics like one of my favorite Stones songs, Get Off of My Cloud, As Tears Go By, Route 66. How can I leave that out of the top 10? And I just love that classic photo there on the album cover. Got Brian Jones looking pretty regal right there in the front. And the rest of the guys back here rocking, looking cool, looking freaking awesome. Uh-oh, we got a situation here. Gonna have to make an adjustment. All right, there we go. And then number 2, I struggled with this, but and you'll see why when you see my 1966 video. But I put the Stones at number 2 as well, and this is Out of Our Heads. This is known basically, probably best known for having the song, the biggest hit of their lifetime, Satisfaction, which I heard this story that Keith Richards actually dreamt that guitar riff, and he jumped out of bed, turned on a tape recorder, grabbed his acoustic, laid it down, and then fell asleep. So when he got up the next day and he played it back, what he heard was that riff on the acoustic guitar and then him snoring, right? And it's got, that song has a great story behind it. And this has this could be the last time, this could be the last time, maybe the last time, I don't know. Oh. I love it, love the Stones. Mercy, Mercy. This is my number 2, could have easily been number 1. But going with number 1, and this is probably the only one that I duplicated with Vinyl Richie, and that's Rubber Soul. I mean, I had no choice. The Beatles didn't become and the Stones didn't become the greatest bands in the world by making sucky music. They were far and above other bands, and this is great. So Rubber Soul definitely made it. I think I might have a different version, has a different song, like track listing than Vinyl Richie's. Mine might be a UK version. But yeah, Rubber Soul's my number 1. That's my 1965. Glad you guys stopped by. Gonna have another quick drink. We're gonna get this in under 20. All right, vinyl community, stay tuned for more fun and hijinks from the cosmic realm. Stay safe, subscribe, ring the bell.